call it a hunch, but I'm not sure this is what old Charlie Perrault had in mind when he wrote Little Red Riding Hood. I'm sure he did that series of anatomical observations near the end, arms, legs, teeth, the whole deal, but I don't recall anyone saying, "My, what big..." well, you know. You could call this a modern revision of the classic character. You could also call it a perverse revision, and of course some may point to the developers at Enjoy Up with a condescending wag of the finger, but keep in mind, the tale does describe her as the prettiest creature who was ever seen. It even has her killer undressing her before eating her. Keep the chuckles at a minimum, please. And plus, there seems to be a tangible correlation between the desire to purchase a video game in those who purchase video games and the frequency with which those video games show boobs. Fortunately, this game has a lot more going for it than just curves. It also has a name that just commands your attention. Little Red Riding Hood Zombie BBQ. It does more to describe the game in 6 words than I could in 6 minutes. But more important is the product that title so appropriately summarizes. This video game is so ridiculous, you can't not have fun with it. With zombies having infested every other possible setting, the team at Enjoy Up has made the brilliant move to cause an outbreak in the world of fairy tales. Infestation is spreading from Sleeping Beauty's castle to Geppetto's workshop, and the fate of the world relies on one little girl in a red hood. Although in this story, there's not much little about her. Zombie BBQ is a top-down shooter in a very old-school vein. Playing as Red and her friend Momotaro, you work your way through these magical lands and slay the iconic zombies that attack you. You do this with machine guns, flamethrowers, laser beams, shotguns. My, what a big arsenal you have! And fortunately, it's easy to use. You shoot simply by tapping the screen. Red fires in the direction of your stylus, and if you hold down, she'll fire a steady stream of bullets until she's out of ammo. You can also swap weapons just by touching an icon, so the combat is very easy, very intuitive, and best of all, very accurate. Of course, in addition to controlling Red's trigger finger, you also have to control her legs. She runs forward automatically, but you do have to move her from the left to the right. That's one of the most interesting aspects of Zombie BBQ. You're locked to the 7 spaces at the bottom of the touchscreen, so dodging incoming attacks is basically about moving to the right zone at the right time. You can move her with the stylus, but you can also use the D-pad, and that works tremendously. Aiming with touch and moving with a D-pad is fast and smooth, a fine example of how modern innovations can be combined with traditional controls for a superior gameplay experience. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of the game's art, and it can get a bit repetitive, but this game just plays way too well and is too much fun not to recommend. If you want a good, old-school, portable Twitch shooter, Little Red Riding Hood Zombie BBQ is an addictive, perverted, and occasionally hilarious choice.